Hey, welcome to a brand new episode of STR8UP Crew podcast. I am your host, Calvin, joined by my lovely host, Christina and Lee. Brandon's not here today because he is out sick. So Brandon called in sick, though he's here in spirit. So with that being said, Lee, Christina, how y'all doing today?
Doing good. Good to be back. I missed this.
I am happy to be here to cover Brandon's shift here at the CC's Pizza. Oh wait, no, this is something else. I'm sorry. Hi.
Which buffet we went to? It wasn't CC's, right? It was Gaddy's, Mr. Gaddy's Pizza. That's where we went like every day, wasn't it? Gaddy's.
We kind of bounced around. It was I think Johnny's and Gaddy's. We kind of bounced between the two,
but never CC's, right?
I think CC's might have been closed by the time we were in school. At least the one on that side of town.
Okay.
I may be wrong.
Okay.
Because Gaddy's is closed too, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, not where I'm at right now. It's not, but.
Okay. They're still kicking over there. Okay.
And ponchos. We have ponchos here.
Man, I miss ponchos. Something fierce.
Yeah, we have.
I talked to friends about that, and they're like, "Yeah, my family will actually like make day trips to go to ponchos, and they'll rent a hotel room for the night because once you get filled up on all that nacho cheese, you really don't want to drive another 4 hours to go back home."
Oh no. And if you don't know, if you listen to us right now overseas or somewhere else, not in where we're from, Poncho's is a Mexican buffet, a Tex-Mex buffet that is so good that you can't make it to your car afterwards, if you get what I'm saying. So it's that good, but definitely painful, but wonderful memories with Poncho's. Yeah. But I'm glad that y'all can be able to join us today. This is kind of not a wrap up to the season, but a wrap up to the year. Because guess what? 2020 is a couple days away. Man, what do y'all think about that? It's like this year has really flown by.
Yeah, 2020 part 2 has been a interesting year, right? Like I feel like we're still in this weird transitional phase between like, oh yeah, there's still a pandemic happening, but like gotta go to work.
This has been a slow motion year for me. I feel like 2020 just blasted by, and 21 was just like, all right, screw y'all too. Like this has been I almost cussed. That's why I had to stutter myself away from it. But this has been a long year, man. A lot's happened. So I had more problems out of 2021 than 20.
Yes, it's kind of the complete opposite. No, I mean, I don't know. Like 2020, besides the COVID-19, it really wasn't that bad. I mean, it was emotionally it was pretty bad, but no, we heard, and I kind of agree with you. This has been a long year, but it happened so fast. It's like it's been a long year, but it moved by fast. Does that make sense? I guess no.
But both of these seem to be true. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a long year, but it's moved by so fast. Like you just blinking. Oh wow, it's 2021, and 2022 is next. And it's crazy. Like I go by the years, how fast the year is, like by Marvel movies, like the little slate where it shows you all the movies and stuff coming out. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be 2023. Like, dang, that's 2 years from now. Wait a minute, what year is it right now? Oh, that's just 2 years. That's 2 years. I can wait till you know what I mean. Like, so that's kind of how I get my years, like my excitement as movies, and so. This has been a crazy year, y'all, and we're going to talk about all these things of what happened this year. We did the kind of same episode last year, but I don't think Christina was with us. Were you with us last year when that happened episode? Were you with us? I don't think you were. But Christina's joining us. Christina, we kind of get her on a whim. So like we get her when it's, I don't know, she gets us in trouble. So we don't invite her to the show as much, but.
Try not to get canceled.
You just don't invite me.
I don't invite you. I'm like, hey, but we have a lot going on today. We're going to talk about the things that can wrap up. It's just really like a filler episode because I don't feel like editing anymore this year. So this is our episode to do that right now. And like I promise you, this is straight up. We're going to keep it real with you about what we want to do and we won't want to do because we got to pay bills. All right. So with that being said, this has been a great year, been a sad year for some people. A lot has happened. So we're going to talk about our personal struggles this year, our personal gains this year. And so I want to talk about. I want to see who wants to go first. Lee, Christina. I don't know. Y'all just pick who wants to go first because I want to
Lee.
attack. I want to attack you now. So Christina, it's been a crazy year. You said it's been kind of long. Like, can you just tell us some? First off, tell us what's something good that's happened to you this year that you want to share with us about something good that's happened this year.
Oh, there's a lot of different good things going on. There's no particular one. For one, my shows are starting back up, so yay! I get to go to all my concerts,
Oh,
and
okay.
traveling is starting to happen again. Those are the minor things. The good things, I was very fortunate and blessed in my life that we didn't lose any family to, COVID this year or last year. So health, thankful for that one. But just things to look forward to. Moving this summer away from Shreveport, new
Wait.
careers, different things opening up for me.
Well, hold on. Where are you moving to? Are you coming to see me?
Mhm. I might be either you or farther away. I might be closer to you. Don't bother me. Don't bother me if I come there. I won't give you my address at all.
I ain't gonna see you anyway. Come see you. Come
I
see you.
know, like you were gonna want to see me.
I don't get
You
out the
come
house
move over
much.
here. No, you would ignore me so hard.
I have a friend. He lives behind me, like another apartment complex. And I said, man, we gotta hang out. That was like almost a year ago. So yeah, I'm that kind of friend, Christina. Just letting you know. I say if you out there, I'm sorry, man. But Christina, I'm glad that you had some. You had a good year this year, and I mean, is there anything this year that you may have, because no, last year, COVID happened. Was there anything that kind of bothered you, that kind of got you upset this year, something kind of like that wasn't as good this year, or what's something that you faced this year that you had to overcome, maybe?
Anything that I had to overcome happened before this year. So to be honest, this was more of a clarity type of year for me. Things kind of fell back into place. Well, it was a little chaotic beforehand, but things kind of got back on track for me. So I don't have any lows at all for this year, surprisingly.
Was it like 2020 was like a year for you just to like be at peace and be quiet and stop moving for a while, and now this is kind of like you're picking it back up here?
No, actually, 2020 was a year that nothing changed for me. Um, it was a year that I think everybody around me was finally on the same pace as I am. So it was, and I know that's probably not what anybody can relate to all the time or anything, but yeah, it was time where I was allowed to refocus on certain things and explore new things for myself, but there were no like, oh, I'm moving so fast paced and everything. I was very sad when I had to stop moving and traveling and doing those types of things. But as far as like my mental health or anything like that, it didn't affect me at all. Like I sit at home a lot anyway. So I know it drove a lot of people crazy not being able to see others and express themselves and be around family and friends. But it was fine for me, but it was harder for me to watch the people around me struggling so much with it. I will admit that. Because I was like, oh, why don't you just read a book, watch a movie? But no, I just don't have any hardships that I was going through too much. That I'm very fortunate that it was okay for me the whole time.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's good to hear, and I'm glad that you're actually able to acknowledge that and say what you have done. And you have been on a number. You have been on a record number of shows this year. We're straight up. So I want to thank you for your contributions and annoying me on this show because it's much needed. Not really, but thank you. No, I'm just kidding. I
See,
had to
I'm
come.
just not invited. I'm not respected in these streets.
You are, and if y'all don't know Christina, Christina is, even though we crack on her a lot, stuff like that, she definitely brings the heat on this show. I even after the show, I get a lot of kudos about Christina and what she brings to the table. So I want to say thank you for what you do for this show.
Hmm.
All right.
You're welcome.
Yeah, and so and with Brandon too, all you all, Lee, just tell us some things that well, tell us first off, like, what's something. I'll go the opposite. What's some hardships that you had to deal with this year in 2021?
As far as hardship, the only thing I can really think of is I had some, I guess, like low key family drama that kind of blew up, but uh, it's one of those things that like, yeah, this is kind of a bummer, but at the same time, it like also unburdened me with a lot of stuff, and that kind of worked out well. Uh, I won't like get into it or anything in case some of those people are watching, but uh, but yeah, it's one of those things that's like, yeah, like going through it, it's like this is my anxiety is like through the effing roof right now. But coming out of it, it's like, oh wait, I actually don't really have to deal with this problem as much anymore, because of how things shook out, and that's honestly kind of a relief. So yeah, sometimes things can suck, but then they turn out okay-ish.
And I go back to what Dr. Monique Thompson said about like just emotions and stuff like that, what you go through. And you remember Christina, she was like, I'm feeling this way right now, and it just kind of specified that right now means it won't last forever. So I mean, that's really great to hear about that. Not great, I'm sorry, but I'm glad that you can recognize it and go through it. Um, and you're here, you're here on the show. What's some good things that happened to you this year, 2021?
Some good things. Well, let's see. Let's see. We'll kind of get into like the New Year's resolution stuff with this too, I guess. But one good thing was I got a phone interview with a major television network. Um,
Oh,
yeah, I haven't even told like really anyone yet. Uh, it
Awesome.
was honestly like both disappointing and hopeful in that when I actually like did the interview or whatever, they wanted to give me like they offered like 60K to live in LA, which is like living under a bridge money in LA.
It really is.
So nothing was going to come of that regardless, but just the fact that oh they saw my name, they saw my profile or whatever it was, and still were like, hey, we want to actually talk to you to tell you about the job and stuff. uh More people should offer remote positions. That would be a great thing. Let's just have a blanket, everyone can work remotely, because I don't want to move. That would suck. But no, it the that thing kind of lit a fire under my butt, because that's a struggle I always have on that like creative productive side of like I really want to start producing my own stuff, which I mean I already have even over this year. Look up your BFF Lee, all one word, on YouTube. You can find my stuff. But I
plug.
want to step up my I want to step up my game. I want to do like weekly content. That's a goal for me. And just like talking to people now, with that interview, it's like that's probably going to be my best option, and not just make money for someone else that I won't see a dime of. And that like I think going into the new year, it's like I definitely have a goal in mind.
Well, first off, I am damn proud of you, dude.
I
Congratulations,
know.
man. Like that
Congrats.
is, I am really proud of you. That's man, you making big moves, man. Like,
And here's to many more opportunities.
yeah, man. I'm excited for you, man. Like, we got to talk on the back end. I'm really proud of you, man. That's good to hear,
Yeah.
and it's cool because like you do so much creatively on this show, and I want to give you your flowers too because man, like you like even right now this season, you the stuff you produce has already been like our top stuff already. So like, thank you, man. I really appreciate it. But like, damn, man, I'm proud of you, man. Like, we're making moves.
And I mean, I would have been able to do it without straight up, because like I've been wearing this little producer hat now for a while now, and it's like, okay, I could put that on a resume. Oh my god!
Yeah,
And just even talking to the guys, like most of what I was talking about was stuff we've done here.
yeah.
And I mean, you know, I love doing these because hey, that's more crap I get to add to a resume.
Yeah, man. Like, hey, you know, if whatever you need, I got it. Dude. I don't mind vouching for you, man. I'm just proud of you, man. Like, I like to see people progress in life. Like, you know, we have because I mean, like us, we've been together since for a long time. It'll be like what, 11 years, I think. Maybe it's been a while. No, maybe 9 years.
No,
Maybe
no,
we've been
dude.
together. Yeah, about 9 years.
No, I think 11 was more accurate because
Yeah,
yeah, it was about 2012 when I was done with
2021,
school. So
20.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, man. Like, yeah, I'm really proud of y'all. See y'all progressing stuff, and you know, Brandon too. Like, just I'm so proud of y'all, man. But dang, Lee, man, you really taking this like this up to this. But I'm glad that people can see your talents and recognize it. That makes me feel happy that you know they see what I see. You know,
Hmm.
so uh, hey, don't sleep with my boy. Hey, Lee, your BFF Lee, get it. You know, because he's my BFF. So Christina,
I try to be everyone's BFF.
not Christina. We don't want her as a BFF. And but no, yeah, I'm really proud of you, man. So that's
Thank you.
Anyway,
yeah, that's Lee's thing. You know, Lee is fired. So even though Brandon's not here, he is still contributing to the show. He says right now that basically some of his high stuff that he's dealt with this year is that he completed his New Year's resolution from 2020, and he made a film. And his film with
Yep.
our friend Matt Allen, he made it is called FG. How you
Hmm.
pronounce it, Lee? How you pronounce it?
Effigy.
Effigy, yeah. And it's a scary movie.
effigy. Yeah, yeah,
Effigy, yeah. And it's a scary movie. He worked really hard on, and he did it. He completed it, and he made 2 short films. So I mean, he did that this year. Some of his lows that he said he had that he said that he lost his family dog that they had
Oh
for
wow.
it was 18 years old, and they
Oh
lost his
no.
dog. Yeah, so
yeah.
like a family dog. So he really just said that was kind of something that he really had to deal with uh, this year. So I mean, I kind of hate to hear that, but
Oh,
uh,
me too.
yeah, that's why I can't get animals, man. I don't want to get too attached to them. You know, like I don't want to
I
do
think
all
I
that.
blocked that out.
Mm. Like me, I'm
But
like,
yeah, I lost my dog. She was 17 years old.
Mm.
and then my friend was telling me, she
Aw.
was talking about like she sent me a meme of somebody painting over they painted over the roach and like the roach is just sticking to the paint. And I was like, I said, man, that ain't nothing. You see that? That's very common in the projects where I'm from. And she's like, I didn't know that. I was like, man, I used to collect roaches as pets. That's how bad we had them in our
Oh, what?
house. I used to have pet roaches. I didn't care.
Oh, I'm gonna call you Frank.
This is before Joe's apartment. Yeah, I just showed my age. But yeah, this is way before Joe's apartment. But none of y'all know what that is, do y'all?
I remember Joe's apartment.
Christina, too young.
I never actually watched it, but I remember it. I remember those trailers with the roaches.
Hmm. I'm telling you, that shit, that was kind of how it was in my apartment. We had roaches everywhere, but that's why I can't eat sugar smacks. That's why I can't eat sugar smacks, man. Like, and that's why I
Oh, I like
do.
these sugar smacks. I don't have sugar smacks.
Nope.
What? We don't
I
have
don't.
any sugar snacks.
Yeah, I don't do eat sugar smacks. I'm
Hey
really
man,
skeptical.
you want
I'm
this
skeptical
bowl
on
of
Rice
Rice
Krispie treats
Krispies,
too. Yeah, on Rice Krispies too. Like
the
we used to.
chocolate ones. Like
No, we used to
I
have
can hear it
maggots
now.
too. We used to have maggots too. So I used to just like I just can't eat Rice Krispies at all because and then like you'd be pouring a bowl of cereal and all of a sudden you just see a roach just like, damn, you was in there, dog. Like
Oh god,
just
yeah. Just imagine.
I don't eat black
Just
eyed peas.
imagine who left a
You-
bowl of
I don't eat black eyed
what were the
peas.
chocolate Cocoa Krispies? You'd like,
Oh
I have no
yeah.
Cocoa Krispies.
Nope, never do
Like,
it.
oh,
Kristen, I was about to give you some kudos about not cussing. And all of a sudden, here you are. Now I gotta edit it out.
oh, I'm sorry.
Because Brandon would be cussing up a storm, and like I'm like, nope, you know what? Y'all was doing so good. Like Lee, if I had to give an MVP for this show, Lee, you got it because you were a star player, buddy, and thank you, sir. Unlike somebody.
I literally had to censor myself a couple times. Like when I said that last spiel, like I caught myself like, oh, I'm about to say this. I should not say that.
Golly. I don't mind y'all cussing, but come on. No, I'm just kidding. But no, yeah. Thank y'all so much for telling y'all's up and downs for 2021. I think mine is, I don't want to overshadow you, Lee, but I think I got a new job, So that was good. I got a new job. I interviewed with somebody from media, sports media, but they made me do all the interviewing. They said no at the end, but it was the opportunity that was there. So that
Oh
was
yeah.
that. Let me see what something good that happened this year. Man, I can't say the podcast because we're actually on it, but we made it past the year, right? That's a good thing.
Yeah,
We celebrated
man.
our 1 year. I guess we went past the year.
Dude,
Oh, you know what? Why am I not giving myself flowers? Man, so I had Chance the Rapper retweet us. That was really good. And we
dude,
ended
that blew my mind when I saw that happen.
yeah. And so that was that. Why am I not giving myself credit? I'm sorry, my bad. But 'cause I'm not one of those people that try to like brag about myself. I don't do that. You know what I mean? Like, but no, we had Chance the Rapper. We had Sultan Salahuddin from HBO Max's Southside interview with us. Man, that's been some crazy. We had some celebrity guests for our shout outs. I made a cameo, wink wink. And that was pretty cool this year. So as far as that, it's making it good and positive. We talk about mental health on this show, and one of the downfalls was mental health last year, being at home. Because if you're an extrovert, being at home during COVID is not really good for you. It's different. We're struggling here. So I've actually been going to see therapy. Going to therapists, and it's like being very beneficial. And you see how excited I am to talk about that, like, because I'm not scared of it anymore. So I enjoy it. I see the impact of it, and I'll encourage you if you're going through things like, hey, go see a therapist. It's cool, if you can afford it. And even if you don't, if you can't afford it, there are resources out there to help you out. So that's my mental health advocate moment of this episode. But no, that really has helped me out. I've learned to control certain situations, how to deal with them now, and I'm really seeing the benefit of it. So that's really an uptick for me because but we've been doing good. I've really been getting close to my family a little bit. Always some drama, but we're working through it. But I would say some of the downfall this year is not getting those jobs that I really wanted to get, especially working in sports media. To where, like you said, Lee, I've been kind of doing what you're trying to do, like trying to work remotely, but still do sports media and like not have to go travel everywhere because like it's crazy right now. And I finally found that avenue to do so. And I went to all these interviews, and the interviews went there, and these are major sports teams, and they got me through all these. I'm at past 1 round, past second round, past third round. All of a sudden, like it was down to 2 people, and all of a sudden, didn't get it. You know what I mean? So
Man.
yeah, I was like, all that work, and y'all did this to me, but just having the opportunity to do so, I liked it. You know what I mean? So that was that. So that really put me in a funk for a while, and of course, and sad part that like what kind of really happened, like got into a political disagreement with one of my best friends ever, like, and we
Mm.
stopped being friends, and so I think it's probably one of the best moments because we had a disagreement, and this person just took the disagreement way extreme, and they said, oh, "You know what? I'm done with you forever." You know what I mean? So that
Yeah.
was probably a disappointment. That's life, though. You know what I mean? It just sucks that you have over almost 20 years of friendship over a political disagreement. So that's probably a sad part of this year. But other than that, and I moved on from it. I got you guys. Well, I got Lee, but yeah. So I appreciate that. But she don't even understand this. Is a slight error. But she don't even understand it. But anyway, are you still there, Christina?
I'm here.
Oh, you just ignoring me. Okay.
I was. Oh, I'm sorry. Were you? I think it dropped out on me for a second, though.
Oh, the moment's passed. It's okay. It's okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I said
I'm
I lost.
sure it was something very worthwhile.
She's getting at me. I said what I said was I said that I lost my friend this year of political differences,
Oh, okay. I heard all that. Yeah.
and I said that I'm glad I got friends like you. I mean Lee,
Mhm.
just Lee.
Mhm. Mhm.
Oh, you
Mhm.
heard? No, okay. I see what you're
Mhm.
doing
Mhm.
there.
Okay. Okay. Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
But anyway, but
I
no.
caught it, but I think I didn't interpret it correctly. I thought I missed something else. I'm like, okay,
Well, once you get the
but I
Tootsie
can't say
Roll,
what I want to say.
once you get the Tootsie Roll out your ear, and I'm just kidding.
Oh, I want a Tootsie Roll now.
All right, but no, life moves on, and we're having a good time, and we're going to talk about more things that happened this year in 2021, the ups and downs on the other side of the break. Make sure you stay tuned to the Straight Up Show podcast.
Hey everybody, Lee here. And guess what? The reviews are in and the Straight Up Show podcast is a hit. Don't believe me? Well, listen to what one of our guest panelists, Dr. Monique Thompson, has to say.
Y'all listening to Straight Up and support this podcast, because I listened in before I came on the show. I liked what I heard. They're really focusing on keeping things real and being real with you, and I like that approach. So you guys support this podcast.
So if you want to listen, donate to the show, have a subject idea, or even want to be a guest, just contact us at straightupshow@gmail.com. That's straightupshow@gmail.com.
All right, welcome back to the Straight Up Show podcast. This is the end of the year episode, giving a recap of 2021. As if you joined us right now, we have given our ups and downs of 2021. Right now, as we're recording this, we are live on Facebook and other social media platforms online, just Facebook right now. So we have a comment from one of our sponsors, Lori. Christina, can you read what Lori said about her ups and downs of this year?
Okay, well, Miss Lori definitely left us a good little excerpt here. So here we go. She stated, I will remember 2021 as a year of a roller coaster ride of events. Happy that 2020 will finally be behind us. Looking forward to a brighter future. Looking forward to COVID leaving. COVID hasn't left, but it seems to try to leave. But it also seems that there are some people not escorted out. I like how she said that. It's more important for those to ignore the ways to get rid of it. Politicians have more keeping rights away instead of helping healing. Personally, my family has had many blessings. The togetherness with my sisters has been closer. We even celebrated our sisterhood this summer in New Mexico. Amazing. I need to take a sister trip myself. The adult children and kids seem happy. We seem to be reaching for different new goals. If I listen to the news, 2021 seems hopeless. The insurrection of the U.S. Capitol, those who deny what was seen before our eyes, politicians misbehaving and not being held accountable, and more bad news. Despite the news, I want to have hope. My trust in God is my hope. I don't know what 2022 has for us, but I wish for negativity to end and strive positive outcome. You as well, Miss Pennywell.
Oh wow, that was good to hear. We cut out a little bit. Let me read that last part for you, Christina, because
Oh,
what
I'm
you said.
sorry.
No, it's okay. So at the end of it, she says, I want to have hope. My trust in God is my hope. I don't know what 2020 has for us. I wish for the negativity will strive. I wish for the negativity will strive for positive outlook and positive outcome for all. So thank you, Christina, for being there. Thank you, Lori, for who's our sponsor, by the way, for actually, comment in the Facebook section. If you hear us right now, tell us what you want to hear talk about 2020. What are your highs and lows? If you're watching right now, we'll read it right now as we're recording this. But Lori, thank you so much for reading that. What do you have to say about Lori's comment, Lee, or what do you have to say about it?
I mean, it's really hopeful and refreshing, and like the opposite of how I typically view things, because I have like this like cynical, borderline nihilist nature that's like kind of trapped in my brain, and I guess I see the worst in people and things, but like anytime I read messages like that, it does like I guess make my heart grow 2 sizes larger. I mean, it's like just seeing people out there with hope gives me hope. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir. It does. Christina?
I loved her comment in general. I agree with Lee. It does kind of change your perspective, and it encourages you a little when you see other people who are like, okay, I'm hoping for the best, and this will turn out for the best. You have to cling to whatever positivity you can, because the negativity will destroy you. So I loved her entire comment, especially about families growing closer, because you now have the time to do it. It was wonderful to see so many people taking advantage of this opportunity to grow and do better, and try to fix what things could needed fixing before. instead of just focusing on the bag. So
And the
here's
fact to
to
have,
helping out.
yeah, and the fact to have like a trip with your, what's it called, the sisterhood of traveling pants and stuff like that, like to have that kind of trip and to, not see your family all last year and then have come this year, you actually go on a trip with them to kind of make up that time that y'all miss with each other. So that's really positive to hear that she was able to do that. Like when it comes to like world news or stuff like that, what's something that y'all remember? Like when it comes to like world news or events that happened this year, like what do y'all remember? It could be positive or negative.
Things that
Well, I
happened
mean,
this past year. Oh, go ahead.
she mentioned January 6th in her message. That was like, that was how the year started and kind of set the tone for things a bit. I mean, we're like, let's be real. I mean, we're still divided as a country. I mean, like I guess it's the nihilist in me speaking, but like we could talk about like trying to come together and everything, but some people's way of thinking is you shouldn't exist. So when you have that side of the spectrum, it's really hard to meet them halfway because their halfway is you shouldn't be here. Like go somewhere else. That's not where we are. Where I'm not gonna like specifically name types of people, but y'all kind of get where I'm coming from, right?
Yeah.
Smart move. No.
Christina, anything stand up for you this year?
I'm with Leah. Like that was the biggest thing for me all year because that was like, what? Where do you go from here?
Mm-hmm.
But there was just a lot of different things that went down. I come up with a single one right now, but we know them all.
Yeah.
All the way up to recent trials and everything. But for sure, when you bring up what things were going on, January 6th was the first thing to come to mind for me because I was just that one destroyed me a little bit inside. That was a way to ruin any sense of hope that a person can have because you're like, if it's this and nothing happened, what is left? There's no hope, there's no faith, there's no trust. So, but it got a little better, but it's still a bag of hot garbage.
Yeah. Well, I try to stay apolitical, but that was one of the things that kind of set the tone for this year. Not really the tone, but like it started off like last year we had Kobe, and this year it was, it's always January lately. Like it's kind of crazy, but yeah, with that being said, before that we got a new president. The reason why they were protesting because of getting a new president, and that wasn't really. And whether you want to, whatever what side of the fence you are on. To me, like when it comes to that realm of subjects and stuff like that, when it comes to politics, I think that for the most part, the people have been very calm this year. I don't really feel that it's been really as chaotic amongst the in my opinion. Not as it's definitely chaos, but not as much chaos as it was last year. Does that make sense? What I'm talking about? I guess.
Well, yeah, our commander in chief isn't tweeting the weirdest crap at 2 a.m. every day anymore. Like that news cycle just like completely flipped on January. Like it gave my mental health a huge break. Like that's literally why I voted for the guy, not because of his policies. I can assure you of that.
As I tell people all the time, nobody wanted him. I was like, nobody likes Joe Biden, okay? It's like we just needed to get rid of people like, you voted for him. I was like, nobody wanted him. We wanted one of the 17 other people who were up there.
Yeah.
We just got left with him.
It got to a point where it's like, I'm not voting for a person. I'm voting for me to get a break.
Literally. Yeah.
Like America, we're on a break right now. Call us back in 4 more years.
Right.
No.
Give us a hiatus.
This is to take a break. This is like I want to say something, but I can't say it. But no, I can't say it. This is like you just get done. You just give me a second. I'm like, I'm sorry. That's all you get out of me right now. That's all you get out of me right now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you're listening, but no, I just feel that compared to last year, there is a more sense of confidence. No, it don't matter what. Doesn't matter whatever you do. If you vote A, B, or C, even if you vote for Kanye West's birthday cake party, uh, like whatever you voted for, please vote. Doesn't matter. But I just feel like this year it has been more calm than it was you. Don't care who you vote for. Vote for what you believe in. Just make sure you take your ass out and vote. But I just think when it comes to that, it's been very calm. Now, I really didn't like to see the stuff that I saw on January 6th. And some people are proud about it, but I think one of my friends in the military, Christina, was saying that like it sucked being deployed, on my own land, and so I don't know how it is as a service member, but to hear that, it kind of made me feel like, dang, now I kind of feel bad that he's being deployed to his actually own country. You know what I mean? So in that part,
It definitely can't be a good feeling because you have to also remember that a soldier is still a person with their own morals and beliefs, and you have no say. It's the same for the police force and anything else like that. You have your own morals and beliefs, and you don't get a chance. So, especially as Black Lives Matter, where you have Black officers having to protect people that were causing their own people harm, you'd see some who had tears on their face because they're like, I feel so passionately, but I can't do anything. And people are like, oh, you should just leave it. It's not that simple. He's literally contractually obligated to this right now, especially as a soldier. That comes first. If I step out of this line, I have to answer to UCMJ, and they are very different. It's not easy to literally be split between what you want to do and what you have to do. So my heart goes out to them for sure.
Yeah, and along with him and you, Christine, thank y'all so much for y'all service to this country. A lot of what we go through, we're definitely in debt to y'all and what y'all do for this country. So thank you so much for that. And our thoughts and prayers of whoever overseas as well, protecting us for this country that we work hard, that y'all worked hard for to protect us. So I really appreciate y'all for the service that y'all do. Moving along right now, just kind of fast forward a little bit into February, some things that really happened. The thing that crazy that happened was Tiger Woods once again got into a car wreck. I just wish they would let him get his license suspended because he's not a good driver.
When did he get into another?
He got into back in February 23rd. Tiger Woods got into a car accident. He was traveling to LA, got into a car wreck. He had to have emergency surgery. So, if you know, he got caught in a marital affair a couple years ago, and then he crashed his car. Then, him crashing again, yeah. So his days of golfing right now, he's golfing right now, but Tiger Woods is golfing with his son, so it's not as competitive. But his days of being the top golfer is definitely kind of out the door now, and he had trouble with his surgery when he got to the wreck his first time, but now he got into another wreck, and it's kind of definitely saying, you know what, he's just, one, he needs to stop driving. Two, he's not going to he can't drive his car or his golf clubs anymore. But yeah, so that happened in February. It's kind of one of the biggest things. There's some more stuff that happened too, but it's all political.
Okay, I thought it was another accident since then. Okay.
Oh, since the last time? No.
Yeah.
It was,
fun fact that I don't let people forget about.
What's that?
His name is Eldrick.
Eldrick, yeah.
I laughed for a good 10 minutes probably when I found that out. Eldrick Tiger Woods. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. It's nothing really crazy happened in March. It's more political stuff, really kind of, people, especially where I'm at, and don't let what happens here politically impact your view of the state. But Greg Abbott kind of got rid of the mask mandate for COVID-19. So, I know you're not gonna say something
about that.
Yeah,
this thing called Omicron.
Yeah, so it's
should we jump ahead to that a little bit? Because just today, I just saw a thing that like Saturday Night Live tonight's show is going to be like half the cast and crew because of the new variant and stuff.
Mm,
And like I think California just put on another mask mandate, so it could be ramping up again. Maybe
could be.
I don't, I don't know.
I don't
But I
know.
mean,
Like
that's
it probably kind of needs to.
Mm. Yeah, but right as of right now, as of this recording, they're not going to have any more lockdowns. As of this recording, we're recording this, so we can't tell you what happens after that. Speaking of wrapping up and locking down, Texas had a super snow blizzard in February. That was pretty
oh my
crazy.
god, that was this year.
That was
Wow.
this year, yeah. Actually, that was March.
Jeez.
That was in March.
Yeah, feels like
Yeah.
forever ago, doesn't it?
That was in
Right?
March. Yeah, that was in March, and I had some family staying with me. So no, that was February. I'm sorry, it's February. Yeah, but yeah, that happened. And
that was Ted Cruz's big vacation.
oh yeah, me and Ted Cruz are good friends. So me and Ted Cruz are
Oh,
really good friends.
I was escorting. He was escorting his kids. Okay,
Sure, yeah, all
he
the
was
way to
just being a
Cancun, and then
good
he's gonna hop the next
father
plane back.
with all his own luggage.
I just thought I was being a good father. What would you have done? I'm like,
I
struggling
had
in the
no
cold.
intentions of being gone. I was just making sure my kids got there.
Man,
Like
you
to
better
you, the wife, and the kids. Yeah.
you better go put some ramen noodles on the stove and call
Like,
it a day.
dude, you had your own luggage.
Come on now, but that was that. You know, he did that was pretty funny in my opinion. That was probably it was the press conference for me that happened. But no, that was pretty funny about that. You know, and but on a positive more, like you know, George Floyd's family did settle with the city of Minneapolis for $27 million for the death of George Floyd of last year that the whole world got to see, which is kind of you know messed up, but that happened. We also got stimulus checks. Second round came out last year. Also third round. I spent mine in probably 2 weeks, but hey, you know.
I'm proud of you for
Same.
stretching it out that long. Some people blew it in a day.
I didn't get me a Charger or a Suburban. You know, that was a shot. I'm sorry.
Well, if you were lucky, you got to spend it on a Charger. But there were people who were like, "Oh my God, this is just one mortgage payment."
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
So
shoot, right?
I only received one myself, so I was just sitting still and enjoying the peace and quiet.
So staying in March, staying in. Well, actually, you know what? I don't know. I'm not. I don't know. If I want to discuss that part, but a lot more happened. Let me see. This is kind of more political again, but Arkansas back in April became the first state to ban surgery, hormones, and puberty blockers to transgender youths. So that was pretty bad. They kind of blocked that.
That's still an ongoing fight too.
Yeah, and even right now, ongoing with something else that happened in Minnesota. Jeez, Dante Wright was killed by a officer as they were trying to pull out Kim Porter. She was charged with manslaughter. She was charged with second-degree manslaughter by killing Dante Wright as they were trying to get him out of the car. She allegedly thought her gun was a taser, and that was not a taser, it was a gun, shooting him as he drove off, killing him instantly. Right now, that trial is going on as we speak right now. So don't know what's going to happen with that, but he was killed by Officer Kim Porter.
I'm sorry.
Go for it. Go for it.
No, I was saying she also just testified for herself. She was just on the bench, which is a double-edged sword thing. It could go either way when they do that. It worked out for Mr. Rittenhouse to do so. Even the defense had to admit that it was a stupid decision to let him speak on his own behalf. But she also put on the waterworks today. Well, in her statement when it happened. So we'll see how everybody feels afterwards. But I still don't understand how you. I understand confusion in a moment, but you're not allowed in these types of roles to slip. You're not allowed. You're supposed to be on point. So I just can't handle when I hear so many officers in particular say, "I fear for my life. I did this." I'm like, yes, Yes, I
Mm,
believe you were scared in that moment, but you can't allow yourself to be a coward in that moment. If you're fearing for your life, this person clearly doesn't have anything with him. So if he's
mm,
trying to escape, let him. If you're afraid, let him go. You will
right,
find him again. You
right.
don't have to say, I'm going to tase you. It's not that serious.
Mm,
Like that was something very blown out of proportion. But yeah. Now, what I'm not sure of, because I'm avoiding this at most costs, but is she, with what was going on in the recording? Did anybody watch that?
ooh, um, uh, I don't know. It's not really. I'm not for sure too much about what all happened with that. I'm still reading that. I'm kind of like Lori. I'm trying to avoid the news because last year really, like I said, just give me a second, you know. Uh, so that's that. But moving along, I don't want to give her
Mhm.
energy right now. But moving along, kind of going back to something we talked about was George Floyd. Back on April 20th, Derek Chauvin was found guilty of all counts of murder of George Floyd. So that did happen. He was sent to prison for the murder of George Floyd. Um, during this time, the CDC was trying to tell us that fully vaccinated Americans can go outside without wearing a mask unless they're in a large crowd. Uh, yeah, about that. Um, just a lot happened this year. I don't even want to talk about that right now. That's oversight now because now we have a new variant right,
Yeah.
right now where we're at. So that's kind of or kind of going our halfway mark about what's going on, what happened this year as far as 2021. We're going to talk about the second half of what happened this year on the other side of the break. Make sure you stay tuned. This is the Straight Show podcast.
Here at Straight Up, we know that all lives matter, but historical events have shown that there is an inverse power dynamic between the races in our country. To highlight this, we present our Black Lives Matter merchandise. Because let's be real, some of you don't seem to understand that this isn't the organization, but a message. That message: end inequality towards minorities in America. And just in case that's too complicated for you in English, we have the phrase translated into 10 different languages. Visit straightupshowpodcast.com for this and all our other merch. That's STR8 showpodcast.com. Shirts as low as $19.99.
I'm Sultan Salahuddin from Southside 62 out right now. Make sure you tune in to the Straight Up Show podcast because that's where it's happening. You dig?
All right, welcome back to the Straight Up Show podcast. So this is our recap of the end of the year. Kind of what you like about 2021, your highs, your lows. We talked about the political stuff. I'm kind of done with that. This show is not scripted. It's all ad lib because I have no idea what I want to do. But I just wanted to get a filler in this before, so we can give y'all content, and I can work on other stuff during the holiday break. So we talked about some stuff that happened political wise. Got a new president. People went to jail. People caused riots. Hey, you know what? It's life. And to our international friends, I hope you all are having a great. You had a great year. Shout out to Udansi and Lena and friends and Taya Bell over there in Austria. So let's get some quick international shout outs over there, especially our friends in India. So thank y'all so much for y'all support throughout this year and giving us great down. And our friends in Israel too. Y'all had some issues this year in Israel. So our hearts go out with y'all as well. So thank y'all so much for y'all support and listening to the Straight Up Show podcast. Now, with that being said, Christina, have you watched anything great this year on TV? Like something that you like to watch on TV this year that came out or that you like to watch?
I took a break from watching things this year. I really did. I have not watched anything. No movies, no shows, nothing. So I am out of the loop for everything.
Like what have you been doing to fill that time then?
I read. I've always been a reader anyway. But I have read and I have drawn, learned different little crafts and skills and whatnot. I really have not watched television or anything. I'll turn it on in the background, I have not watched a single movie or TV show. Squid Games, none of it. Y'all were talking about Spider-Man, and I was like, I have not watched Spider-Man in particular in over a decade, so I don't know. But
Oh man, Squid Games.
I'm a bad person, I know, but I will catch up on them. But yeah, I haven't watched anything.
I forgot the
So
Squid Games was a big phenomenon. That was a big phenomenon this year, right?
Squid
yeah,
Games was
and I
dope.
watch Korean shows. I watch Korean dramas, and I love those actors. I've known of these actors for a while. Didn't watch it. Didn't watch a single piece of it.
Of course, Squid Games took over the internet, and it was just that and You. That was a pretty crazy show this year. You on Netflix, which got people like, "What are you watching?" "I'm watching You." "Why are you watching me?" "No, it's called You." It's like, I've actually done it
heard
to
of that
somebody
one for
before.
sure.
Yeah, that was some Netflix craziness that's happened. Lee, did you watch anything spectacular this year?
Actually, me and my husband just got into this show on Showtime called Yellow Jackets, which is about this high school girls soccer team that gets like they're on a plane ride and the plane crashes in like the middle of the wilderness, and it does like a time jump where they're all adults, and it like cuts between them being adults and them being teenagers in the wilderness or whatever, because they were trapped there for like 19 months until they were found. And it gets like really dark, but like there's some like really good acting in it. Like Christina Ricci
That's the one with
plays the
Juliette
best
Lewis, right?
sociopath. Juliette Lewis?
Is she not knowing? It's something else. I've heard people talk about this.
She might be, but the name I'm not picturing a face with a name off the top of my head. So
okay, hold on.
She could be.
I'm gonna Google. Sorry
Pretty
to
cool.
interrupt.
Christina, I'll give you a book suggestion. It's a book called Why Do Zebras Have Ulcers? I will put that on your what to read list. It's a great read. You should listen to read it. Why Do Zebras Have Ulcers? Funny title, right? Catches you in the moment. So I think something that really stood out to me this year was that dumbass crate challenge. Like this is when I thought things couldn't get worse in America. We decided that we're going to get on a bunch of crates like a pyramid, and we're going to walk them up and walk down and post it on Instagram and TikTok, and like
I think that might have been the shortest viral challenge I have ever seen, because within a week it was like, okay, here's this thing that's getting popularity, and then all of a sudden, oh, here's all these fails of it because this is a terrible idea.
It was like everybody went on Jackass for like a month.
Yes.
Accurate.
and of course, our hometown where we come from, we just have to stay in the news because there was a crate challenge being made in the public park, and all of a sudden, all you heard was gunshots everywhere. So I'm like, of course that happens where we come from because, hey, we're from a unique place in America.
Good and bad on every other corner here. Yeah.
But what's truly sad is probably not that unique.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Some of the top movies this year, I'll start with one of the top ones was Shang-Chi. That was a good movie that came out this year. Top rank also was, they're all Marvel movies, jeez. But Venom, Black Widow.
That's good. They put out a lot.
So what? What'd you say?
I said they did a lot. They put out a lot of material.
Yeah, they did. Fast and the Furious 9, like, that's always gonna be the same movie. I feel like the Fast and the Furious movie is like playing Madden buying Madden each year. It's gonna be the same thing. Eternals was number 5. No Time to Die. It was James Bond. A Quiet Place Part 2. Free Guy, which I heard was pretty cool. Number 9 is a movie as we're recording this. A movie that came out not even 2 days ago. Number 9 for the year is Spider-Man: No Way Home.
Yeah, that number that's only going to shoot up. There's no way. Yeah,
it came out 2 days ago. It's already the top film of 2021. And last, the top 10 of movies this year was definitely Jungle Cruise with The Rock, and he's the same character in every movie. So
yeah.
So Calvin, that did well.
I mean, I wasn't that one of those Disney Plus simultaneous release movies? I think it did really good there.
I'm
Ca-
not sure.
Calvin, did you go to the theaters at all this year?
Yeah, I went last night.
Okay. Like what was the first movie you went back to see?
Ooh, that's a good one, Lee. Oh man, I think it was Fast 9 actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Fast 9.
For me, it was Shang-Chi, because I just had to do the math in my head. Did that or Eternals come out first? But no, it was Shang-Chi.
Yeah, Shang-Chi came out first. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a comment in the section. Lori, once again, watching this live on Facebook. She says that my TV is more Korean dramas and other Asian dramas. I'm enjoying the new Wonder Years. Some of the Marvel shows I did enjoy. Yeah, okay. So Lori likes that one. Yeah, I like that too.
Hey, and the Korean dramas.
Yeah.
I haven't watched any.
Yeah, you would love my Aunt Lori. She went to South Korea, loved it. Went to what is it?
Me too. We should hook up. We'll go back 2022. We'll go together.
All right, Lori, there you have a travel buddy, and Christina. Because don't take her. Lori likes to travel, so.
No, Lori, let's go to Greece too. Let's hit it up.
Yeah, let's do it. Y'all do it. I'm good. But no, so that's kind of the entertainment aspect of 2021. Oh, geez, your microphone, Christina. Wow.
Is it really? I'm so sorry. Well, I'm not home.
Jeez.
I apologize. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. No, I was messing, but we're having a good time here today, y'all. It was kind of winding down about this episode. I want to go around the table, and we've had a good year. We definitely have been. I say I've been very blessed this year. Lots happened. We've seen a lot. This podcast has definitely grown a lot. But I want to go around before we end the show. I want to ask you and Lee and Brandon and Lori too. She's just watching it. Whoever else is watching too right now, because we're pre-recording this. But I want to ask, what do you want 2022 to be like? What do you want out of 2022? So I'll start with Brandon, who's not here right now, but he did leave us a message about what he wants 22 to be like. He says in 2022, the goal is to finally get back to doing business full time and do what you and Lori want to do, Christina, and travel a lot for 2022. That's what Brandon wants to do for his New Year's resolution in 2022. Lee, what do you want to do for 2022? What are you looking forward to, or what's that?
I think I said it earlier, but my big goal is just to be more productive. Like once again, your BFF Lee on the YouTubes. I want to get that channel up and going. I want to make it a thing that people actually like tune in for. Like my videos are sitting on like 4 views a pop right now. So if y'all could get on that channel and just give them a quick looky-loo, that'd be great. But no, I mean like weekly content, because I think if you're a creative, you probably have dealt with that mental block of this isn't actually done, even though you've done all the steps, you've written the script, you've recorded your dialogue, you've edited the footage together, but it's like, no, this is missing that one thing I kind of wanted to do, even though that would take another several days of re-recording. It's like, no, put the thing out. That's my advice to other people. That's my advice to myself. I have to remember, put the thing out. That's my goal for next year, is to put stuff out.
Yeah, and that's why we're good friends, because everything you just said to me, I do the same exact thing. Like my friend came over last night and we watched, she's like, I want to see your body of work. And I'm like, okay. Then I'm like, dang, I look at it, I did that. I was like, geez. Like if you go back to episode 1 of Straight Up, you were like, the podcast, you'd be like, man, I've come a long way. Like,
right?
No,
we really have.
And so I'm like, wow, this is some bad memories, some good memories, and this is horrible, man. But Lee, I'm proud of you, dude. I'm proud of the stuff you've accomplished this year, especially with getting some looks right now. So we got to support Lee. Of course, if you're watching the show, we'll have his information on the ticker below, and you'll see how to follow Lee on his YouTube channel and support him. If you support us, you got to support him too. All right, Christina. So what do you want for 22 to be looking like for you? What's your New Year's resolution, or besides traveling? Don't say travel no more. What else do you want to do?
Travel. No, for sure. I'm kind of on the same I can't speak right now. I'm kind of going along the same route as Lee right now. There's a lot of things that I've worked on and have been getting myself prepared to do, and I just got to make sure I do them, and not only do them. Well, some things I have done, but presenting it and owning up to it, showing it, just like you were talking about. Just taking the last step and actually showing and doing the work so people can see it. Because I've been busy. I've been working on a lot of things for myself, and I got to make it work.
I know one thing we're going to do for you for
That you can think
2022
through.
is
Could you hear me at all this time?
no, yeah, I was going to tell you what we're going to do for you in 22 is get you a brand new cell phone. I can't hear it because your phone.
It's
This
not even
episode
my
has been sponsored by
phone.
Metro PCS. Metro PCS. It's nowhere you want to be.
Chris, there's Metro P S
It's not
phone.
my phone.
Well, whatever
I'm
internet.
not using my phone this time. My phone totally died on me, and I'm not home.
We need to get you better internet service and get you one of those my spots. Like, whoa,
I'm
Chris.
not home. How dare you?
Oh, okay. You say so.
I should have just not come. Man, forget you. Forget you all the way.
Man, just
I quit.
AT&T.
I quit. I'm not hired. I
This
quit.
episode is sponsored by AT&T. Get Christy
I
the better
will.
service.
I will do it again for you later. Then I will give you another.
All right. Well, we
I hate you.
eat you on the show. Okay. Thank you. No, I'm sorry, but no.
Oh, I feel so bad. I'm so sorry.
And I'm not gonna. I'm gonna leave all that in the show. I'm not even gonna edit all that. That's just gonna be on the show.
I'm sorry.
But Lori, who's rocking with us right now, she's the unofficial, I guess, other co-host on the show right now. I should have gave her the link so she can call in. But she says that she wants to win too. She wants to have personal growth, try to decide some new challenges I may want to try, preparing for a big trip in the later, deciding if I want to work again. Because she is retired. I know Lori personally. So she's retired, and so she's one of our educators to, so she wants to travel more, and she says planning for 2023, but Greece does sound cool. So Christina, you and Lori might have to travel together. So, and she's a teacher. She says Greece sounds cool.
Yeah, Greece is gonna be amazing.
Or you
Go to
both
Santorini.
or both of y'all can go back to school, so.
No,
Okay.
teaching's not for me. It's not in my path.
No, okay. Well, I said Seoul, South Korea.
Oh, Seoul.
Seoul's, I've never been there before, so you know what I'm saying.
No, I didn't.
But no, so I think with mine, I think next year, I'm gonna try to kind of like leave saying like, I really think there is a avenue to do what we do without having to travel. I believe there is, and that's kind of why we do this podcast where we invite, because we all know how it is to work in media. Like we know how it is. We've been there. Lee used to work in it. Well, I do too, but we still work in media. But we know how you can't be as creative as you want to be. And we started this podcast from the ground up. And and we've been able to grow. And so I think there is a financial avenue to where we can keep doing this and still get paid. So that's the goal for me, is trying to find that road and travel it, whether it be hard or easy, but travel it with being level headed and being hungry and ambitious with doing that. Of course, the number one resolution is to drop some weight. It's hard. It's hard, but no, that's of course the better health, and it's an attempt that I always try. But now with this new position, I can do more things to where I'm not as stressed out anymore. So I'm looking to continue that progression. I think that this is my this will be my third year in Texas. So I think that I'm now kind of getting my stride now. You know what I mean? Like I'm settling in. I'm not sick anymore. So I'm trying to roll the ball now. So that's my goal for 2022. All right. So that's about to be a wrap for our show. Season 5 is not over with yet. This is just kind of like a little break because we can spend time with our families. Get a big shout out to Brandon, who is sick right now. Hope you get the feeling better, buddy. There we go. But if you're out there, we want to thank you so much for rocking with us for this year. 2021 has been a great year for the show. We went over a year. We have over 50 episodes. We're heard in over 50 countries. So we want to thank you so much for your support. We want to continue to grow. We want you to grow with us for next year. And if there's something you want to contribute to the show, you want to help on the show, let us know. We invite you to do it. We can use all the help. If you want to support the show, you go to our Patreon page.com and patreon.com//show podcast 318. It's STR8UP Show Podcast 318 at patreon.com. Also, our website is Straight Up Show Podcast, STR8UP Show Podcast.com. We have merchandise, stickers. You can listen to old podcasts. You can see the original TV version of Straight Up Show Podcast, or the show itself. Sorry, and do that. But I want to leave you with the words of encouragement for next year in 2022. I can't talk today. Wow. With the words of encouragement, is go out this next year and do things differently. Make a new friend. Call somebody you haven't talked to in a long time. And just say, hey, just encourage yourself to, whether it be weekly or monthly, do something out of your normal that you haven't done in these past couple of years, because these past 2 years have been a really emotional roller coaster for some people, whether it be you or somebody you know personally. But try to do your best to shine a light on somebody's dark days, because just the hey or hello or how are you doing, that can make or break somebody. We encourage you to really invite your presence and your energy, and either if you give it or you can seek it, that you do it when you're humble, and you be more encouraged to those people who need your uplifting and your energy. With that being said, we will see y'all in 2022. We're going to have more great straight up content, more straight up guests, but there's only one rule on our show. You got to be
straight up. Someone's mic was muted.
Or her mic.
I'm not saying it.
Her mic is just busted like it's been all day today. All right, guys, we'll see you in 2022 with more craziness with Christy and I. Talk to y'all later. Love y'all.